So it's a little bit like watching a chia pet grow, isn't it? 30 days ago I shaved my head. Check it out. Finally getting some new growth. It has been a long journey and it isn't over yet. If you missed that video that I did, it was in support of Jennifer Sheldon, a client and a friend who is battling breast cancer and going through chemo right now in Denver. And so I would still ask for your prayers for Jennifer because she is still fighting that battle. Today what I want to talk to you about is better together up front. And what I mean by that is it's a very common conversation that I'm having in coaching right now, whether it's with a realtor or a mortgage lender. Realtor meets somebody at an open house or somebody calls in on a listing. And, you know, in this market, we're encouraged by that. And you're kind of hoping against hope that something's going to work. And they're a nice couple and they say all the right things. And they got a great smile and they really like you and you like them. And, you know, the right car is out in the driveway and all that's great. Until you run credit. And then you find out that they got a 531 credit score. And, you know, with 45 million people now in the United States with credit scores below 599, you got to know that about 80% of the time, you're going to meet people that you can't help right now. It's just the sad reality of the marketplace. So if you go in knowing that, you won't be so disappointed when your lender tells you that they can't help them. 3.5 years ago, you could. There was a loan for anybody in that market, but it's a very different marketplace right now. So rather than be frustrated by it, plan on it. Just know that that's reality and look for other ways to build your business right now than just reacting to the people that call or walk in. And so the idea of proactivity, I really want to bring down to two things for you today. Number one is phone calls. Number two is seminars. And I know that for most of you, I'm going to start with number two, the idea of doing a seminar scares you to death, and I understand that. But the truth of the matter is that you've got people right now in the market that you're in that have questions. They've got questions about property values, interest rates, what's going on with the market in general. And in a seminar setting, they are much more apt to come and get their questions answered than they would if they were in a one-on-one situation with you, which is going to feel a little bit more threatening. There's a little bit more pressure there. So I just want you to really give that some serious consideration. It's much easier than you think. You don't have to be Tony Robbins, you know, in order to pull off a good seminar. The reality is you just have to know more than they do. And here's what I know. You do. So if you can just bring a group together primarily from your database, you know, I think many of us go to the idea of saying, well, you know, Bill, come on, I don't want to be running an ad and inviting strangers that I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that. Invite people that you know. Invite your database. I'm having clients do that in this market right now with great success. So think it through. And you don't have to spend $2,000 at the Marriott. You can do it in a community center, a library, a title company, a conference room. You don't have to spend a lot of money on this. Pick up some fruit at Costco and some bottled water, a little bit of coffee. You are good to go. The second thing is, or the first thing that I mentioned earlier, with phone calls. And the idea is that whichever side of the desk you sit on, whether you're a realtor or a mortgage lender, I want you to be making 5 calls a day, every day before 10 a.m. Why? If you'll call into your database and just start having the dialogue with them that you've heard me now say over and over again in blogs, and that is, everybody I talk to has questions about property values, what's going on with interest rates, what's happening in the market. And I didn't want to run into you in the supermarket later after the market changed and find out that you really had an interest, but nobody really talked to you about it. So my job is to pick up the phone and call you. If you'll have that dialogue or your version of it, what'll happen is you'll get into conversations. Conversations lead to thoughts, relatives. So-and-so is talking about investing. So-and-so has been renting a long time. They'd be a great candidate. So-and-so has always wanted that dream house. It's a great time for a move up buy. Now is the time to have those conversations. So I'm leaving you today with 2 thoughts in whatever order you want them. Number one, make the phone calls. 5 calls before 10 a.m. Do it. Just do it. Do it for 2 weeks and then email me, bill@buildingchampions.com. Let me know how it went. Number 2, look at doing a seminar. If you've never done one before in your life, now is the time to do it. I believe that you have a responsibility. You have information that will help people in your market, and in turn, by helping them, you will be helped. Until next time, this is Bill Hart. Make it a great day.